Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Tech Tip Tuesdays, available in collaboration with South Florida Tech for Seniors and Morse Life. So I'm Sam Friedman from South Florida Tech for Seniors. Many of you may already know me because I've helped many of you before with your different technology devices, and I'm here with something new. This is a weekly video series that we'll have on your TVs every Tuesday, where you can simply tune in and we'll provide you with tips, tricks, and tutorials for common things that you can do with the devices you already own. So you can choose either just to watch along and to learn something new and gain a little bit of knowledge from it, or if you happen to own a device that we'll be talking about in that particular week's video, you can actually follow along step by step and learn something new about your device. So today, for the first episode, we're doing something that is highly requested and highly relevant at this time, especially when we're isolated from people, and that is how to make video calls using FaceTime. So FaceTime is a free program that allows you to video call your friends and family, and it's very intuitive and simple to use. It's just like making a regular phone call, except you can do it with video. So the most important thing to note about FaceTime is that it is only available on Apple devices. So don't worry, there are other programs available for other devices that allow you to video chat, but FaceTime in particular is only available for Apple iPhones, iPads, and Mac computers. So if you have one of those devices, great, feel free to follow along in today's video. And if you don't, stay tuned because we will have more videos about different devices coming up soon. Now, if you have never used FaceTime on your iPhone before, it's important to make sure that the feature is enabled. I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing to do is just grab your iPhone and make sure it's unlocked and at the home screen as per however you would usually do it. I'll give you a second to get that done. Now, once you're on the home screen, you'll see your familiar list of apps, and amongst them will be the Settings app. Now, if you ever don't see an app that I'm talking about, all you have to do is swipe down with your finger and type in the name of the app. So in this case, we're going to type in Settings to get to the Settings app, and just tap on the Settings app. From here, you'll be presented with this screen, as you can see. This is your Settings screen. This offers many controls over various features of your iPhone. The one we're concerned about now, however, is FaceTime. So you want to swipe down with your finger until you see FaceTime, which is right here. It's the green thing with this little green square and a little white square inside of it. So you want to touch on FaceTime, and you'll see it'll say FaceTime, and to the right of it will be a box that's either green for on or gray for off. So if you see it and it's green, you're good to go. If it's gray, for example, if it's gray like this, what you want to do is just touch on that box, and it will turn green, and that will enable FaceTime for you. Once FaceTime is enabled, you're good to go, and you can follow the rest of the steps to get started using it. So once you've enabled FaceTime, you just have to go back to your home screen. So that's very simple to do. If you have an iPhone with a home button on the bottom, just push that button. If you have a newer iPhone that does not have a home button, simply swipe from the very bottom up to the very top to get back to your home screen. It's important to note that FaceTime will use your internet connection, whether that's your Wi-Fi connection or your mobile data connection provided via your cell provider. So that's AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon. Many of those providers will charge extra depending on how much data you're using. So especially when you're home, make sure that you're connected to a Wi-Fi network. We might have future videos that go more in depth about this. But for now, for the basic overview, just go into your settings. From your settings, you want to touch Wi-Fi. And then once you're in Wi-Fi, you'll see a list of available networks. Now, if you're already connected, you'll see a check mark next to the name of the network to which you are connected. If not, you can select a different network and type in the password and then push join in order to join that network. So, once you're connected to Wi-Fi, we can continue with the video. So to get started with FaceTime, all you have to do is push that little green button on your home screen that says FaceTime. Once again, as I mentioned before, if you don't see it, you can simply swipe down and type the word FaceTime, and you'll see it pop up. It's green with a little white square inside of it. That's FaceTime. So there are a couple different ways to use FaceTime. The one way that I mentioned is to use it like a traditional phone, where you can dial somebody's phone number, and as long as that person has an iPhone, they'll be able to pick up the call using video instead of using just audio in a traditional phone call. So the way to do that is to push this small little blue plus button on the very upper right-hand corner of your screen. So you want to push on that plus button, and now you can type in any phone number. Once again, as long as they have an Apple iPhone device, you can type in their phone number and make a phone call. So for example, we'll do 561, I don't know here, How about 385-8199. Now you'll see the way you can tell if that person is eligible to make a FaceTime call and if their device is compatible is if their phone number shows up in blue. If the phone number shows up in blue, that means that that person has an iPhone and you can place the FaceTime call. In that case, all you have to do is touch on the number, and now you'll see two buttons. They're both green. It's the audio button and the video button. So if you want to make a video FaceTime where you can see each other, you want to push that video button, and the phone will begin dialing and ringing just like it normally would, except now, instead of an audio regular phone call, you have made a FaceTime phone call. So now I showed you how to make a FaceTime call to a new phone number for the first time. But if you've already used FaceTime in the past, meaning you've already made a call to somebody else, and if you've already added somebody to your contacts, making a FaceTime is even easier. So to show you how to do that, I'm going to make a real FaceTime call to my friend and fellow SFTFS volunteer, Charlie. So in order to do this, we're once again just going to turn on your iPhone, unlock it, and take it to the home screen. I'm going to show you again from step 0 how to do this, and then once we get into the call, I'll show you some more features that you can use while you're in a FaceTime call. So once again, just open up that FaceTime button on your home screen, the green one with the white square in the middle. You can also swipe down and type the word FaceTime if you can't find where it is. So I'm just going to touch on FaceTime to bring it up. And now on FaceTime you can see a list of my most recent FaceTime calls. I've blurred out some of them for the sake of privacy, but on your phone you'll see all your most recent FaceTime calls. So if you just followed along with the last part of the tutorial, you'll see that there will be a new call on there. And if the person that you called on FaceTime is in your contacts, their name will appear on the list. To call them from here, it's super simple. So to make a call to someone, all you have to do is tap on their name, like so, and the phone will begin ringing.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hi, Charlie.
How you doing?
So this is what a FaceTime looks like once you have accepted the call. You can see I am in the upper right-hand corner in a very small box, so that would be what you look like in the upper right corner, and the person you're speaking to takes up your entire screen and fills the middle of the screen there. So now you can go about whatever your normal conversation is, and there are a few options available to you on FaceTime. So first of all, if you'd like to make yourself appear larger on the screen so you can see what you look like to the other person, you can double tap, so that's quickly tapping twice on your face. This will enlarge you in the view, and now you can see what your other party is seeing, and you can see what you look like through the call. Beneath that, there are a few other options. Now if you can't see these options, you can just touch on the screen once quickly, and you can see the options along the bottom of your screen here. So one of the options is effects. Now depending on the type of phone you will have different effects available to you, but for the most part I wouldn't play around with these effects too much, but if you wanted to, you could apply, for example, a filter by touching on the filters button, and you can change your appearance like so. I'm not really sure why you would want to do that, but it is available. You can also mute yourself by selecting the mute button in the middle. Now that I am muted, Charlie cannot hear what I'm saying, but that way if you wanted to, quickly mute yourself for whatever reason, you could still speak out loud and the other person cannot hear what you were saying. So I'm going to unmute myself now so Charlie can hear me. You still there, Charlie?
Yeah, I was like, what the heck are you saying? Very great tool. You guys should totally use it, and yeah.
Finally, you can flip your camera, so now it's looking straight at you from the selfie camera, the top of your phone. But if you push the flip button over here, that will flip the camera so it can see your surroundings. So right here I have my camera because I'm just shooting this video, but that would show if you want to show somebody, for example, a piece of artwork or an article or something that you see in the real world, you can flip your camera around so that way they can see that. Finally, over here by where your thumb would be, if you're holding it with your left hand like so, you'll see a small little button which you can use to capture pictures and videos during a FaceTime call. I don't even know if you have this enabled. Is your thing enabled on this?
This is enabled, yes.
Okay.
I can do it. Oh, it says must be enabled on both devices, so apparently your device has not had it enabled.
No, mine is enabled.
Really?
That's okay.
Mine is enabled. What?
Okay, well, if we can't figure it out, they can't figure it out, so we'll just leave it there. So a FaceTime call can be as long as you want it to be. There's no time limit like there is on Zoom. And when you're done with the call, all you have to do is touch the screen and select the red X with the N button in the bottom right-hand corner. Bye for now, Charlie. So now we're going to show you how you can accept an incoming FaceTime call from your family or friends. So when you see this call come in, it's about to come in a second, there will be two main buttons that you want to focus on. There's the green button to accept a call and the red button to decline a call. You'll see them both in just a second. So as you can see, I'm on my home screen. You could be anywhere on any app on your iPhone. And this is what the incoming call will look like. You'll see there's a red decline button and a green accept button on the right-hand side. So all you have to do to accept the call is touch your finger on that green accept button, like so. Hi Charlie,
Hey,
how's
Sam.
it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. So as you can see, we're now in a FaceTime call just like before, where you will appear in the upper right-hand corner of your device. Well, I guess you can't see because it's not recording, but you will appear in the upper right-hand corner of your device, and the person you're talking to will appear large in the center of your device. Now you can talk to them like you normally would and use the functions we talked about before. And if you want to end the call, all you have to do is touch the screen and push that red button to end the call. Bye, Charlie.
Make sure to wear a mask. See ya.
Now, if your phone is locked, meaning it's not open and you're not using it, the screen will look a little bit different, but very similar. If your phone is locked, the phone call will look a little bit different. Instead of seeing that answer and decline, you'll just see one little slider that says slide here to accept. All you have to do is put your finger on the white phone and slide over to the right-hand side to accept the call
Sam.
like that. Hi, Charlie.
How you doing?
Doing well. All right, so that is how you make a FaceTime video call. If you managed to follow along and you managed to learn something new, congratulations, now you know. And if that was a little too complicated or a little too fast, you can always sign up for our phone call support where we will call you back on most Thursdays. So you should have gotten a flyer about that where you can write down your name, a description of your problem, and then bring that back to the front desk, and then we will assist you one-on-one via the phone. So if this was too complicated, please do take down a note or something and let us know, because this is a new format that we're trying out and we're trying to adapt this to make this good so that you can use it, follow along, and learn something new. So if you did like this video, again, be sure to let us know. You can write down a note, you can tell us over the phone. And if you do need your own personalized support, you can call our phone number at 561-444-TECH. That's 8324. And you can visit our website at sftfs.org. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you next week.